Alright, so the next installment of what happened after. So this is a video talking about what happened after I went back to the doctors to talk about the results of the PET CT scan. And when I went to go see the first doctor, the medical oncologist, or the chemo doctor, when I went to go see him, before I could see him, he wanted to know what my blood levels were like and stuff. So I had to go in for the blood work and things about an hour beforehand. Then, as I was waiting for him, I just, kind of talked to some of the doctors, the receptionists and stuff, and had a quick interview with the lead nurse for the medical oncology, and just ran through the usual hubdub about what's going on with me, what has gone on with me, and when I felt the effects that I did feel, and if they were still persistent even now. And so, yeah, she was just like, well, okay, I'll tell the doctor about it, and then he'll come in and see what's going on. And so the actual meeting with the doctor, the medical oncologist, actually went pretty well. He said that my body had responded very well to the treatments, and that he expects everything in terms of what I reported to him. He said some of the things, though, might not ever return to normal. As far as he's concerned, as the chemo doctor, the neuropathy, the tinnitus, so the neuropathy, the numbing of the fingers and toes, which up to now has actually improved. But he expects that to improve too. He said that that's something that, since it wasn't active during the actual chemo, it was something that came after. It can be expected to come back. But in terms of the tinnitus, that was something that was present ever since the first chemo dosage. So, like I said in my last video, whenever I went to go see the ENT, they did a sound evaluation or hearing evaluation on me and stuff, and found that I don't have any hearing loss. It's just I have a slight ringing in my ears, and that's it. So that's good and a little weird. It's to describe it, it's a little weird to always have a ringing in your ears. Just a light ring. Anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. So the doctor, chemo doctor, he expects everything to kind of baseline within the next 6 months, taste-wise. Even though I told him I pretty much have all of my taste back whatsoever. Just random things here and there just have a slight weird taste to them and things. And so he said everything should baseline within the next 6 months, and we'll just continue to go from there. If there's anything that I need to bring up to them, if I feel it's dire enough that I call them, he said, please call, please pick up the horn, and just give us a call, and we'll answer any questions that we can. So, yeah, I guess the next meeting with them will be 6 months. So, the radiation oncologist appointment kind of went very similar to the last meeting. I met with the lead nurse and talked to her about what was going on with me, and went through the usual questions. And so, because I had met with her a lot more every Thursday than I had with the other nurse, we had more of a developed kind of relationship and stuff, so she knew more about what to ask and how things were going. And so just everything's more personable. She asked about how my well-being was, staying where I am now, and just, I don't know, just in the aftermath of all my treatments and stuff, how was everything going, stress levels, things like that. And yeah, I just had to tell her that I was just laying low, kind of recovering and trying to do my best to, cut down any things that might affect me stress-wise or healing-wise. The meeting with the actual radiation doctor was good. He showed me the before and after PET CT scans, the ones from Japan and the ones from the US, and he said that things look very good. He pointed to the areas in the scans that showed not only my lymph nodes, because of course I could see the big large one that was on the right side of my neck, but the one that was on my left I didn't know was even there. I was oblivious to that. And as I was kind of my tongue, even though I had the weird taste and smell things happen, he said, so those weren't there anymore, as he pointed out in the new PET CT scans, as he was comparing them to the old. He showed me the areas. There was definite highlights around those areas where the cancer was, and those weren't registering anywhere in the new PET CT scans. So I'm not sure how privy everyone is with how that works. Maybe I can go over that in a future video if anybody's wanting to know what I went through with that and things I learned from going through it. I can do that. So again, just going through the PET CT scans, he said everything looked clear, and yes, there is a but. He said there were two areas that came up highlighted that it wasn't that they were cancerous or anything. They were just places to be aware of, and they actually represented my tonsils, and they didn't show up as highlighted as the actual cancer from the first CT scan, and it was consistent between the two CT scans how highlighted they were, and what that it represented to him was that I had hyperactive tonsils. And while this isn't like super clear or anything like that, it's not, he said it wasn't any reason for super concern, especially since it was consistent between both scans, number one. Number two, they weren't as highlighted as the actual cancers usually show up as, stuff like that. So there's just something to be mindful of whenever I'm talking to my ENT during our follow-up appointments, because that's who I'll be mostly following up with, is my ENT from now on. And he said just to be aware of it, be mindful about it, ask about it, things like that. He asked about what side effects I usually experienced right now, as opposed to what I had before, and he seemed pleased. He was like, he told me, you're recovering much faster than people normally do. You're getting back all the everything's before most people, so I was happy to hear that. And so at the end of the day, this will be the last time that I see those doctors, unless the ENT comes up with something. Then if he does come up with something, then I will go back to see them. I'll be referred back to them. But aside from that, it'll be just meetings with the ENT. They'll check me out, and if within the next 5 years, so I guess 4.5 years now, something like that, if there's nothing found, if nothing comes up, then I will be declared as being cured of the cancer. So that's a woohoo. kind of thing. So grateful to the Lord, to everybody around me, to all the support I have, continue to have, and just, yeah, I can't wait to get back to some sort of normalcy soon. This environment that we're currently in right now isn't very supportive of me getting back to that, but yeah, we'll see what happens. There we go. That's all I got.